Hello everyone, happy summer. Ivy and I are back to read chapter 2 of Ready Freddy, the reading race for our summer Kitty Cat Storytime series. She is currently occupied by some birds out the window, so I hope you don't mind that I read chapter 2 as she kind of hops back and forth between here and the window. So let's get started. Chapter 2 is Let Me Tell. That night, when it was time for dessert, my dad asked, "Did anything happen at school today?" "Yes! Do you want to hear something cool?" I said. "He was talking to me, Hammerhead," said Susie, "not you." "How do you know?" I said. "Because he was looking at me," said Susie. So? "So that means he was asking me." "That's okay," said my dad. "You both can tell me something. Susie, why don't you go first?" Susie is Freddy's sister. Susie smiled at me and then turned to my dad and said, "The book fair is coming next week and there's going to be a contest," I interrupted. "That's not fair," Susie whined. "I was going to say that. Freddy ruined it." "You can tell us all about it," said my mom. "No, I can't," Susie said, pouting. "He already told you." "I'd like to hear more about the contest," said my dad. "So if you're not going to tell me, then Freddy can. Freddy, do you want to tell me about it?" "Sure, Dad. There's going to be a read-a-thon for a whole week. We're supposed to keep track of how many minutes we read each day. And the person who reads the most minutes gets to pick 5 free books from the book fair," said Susie. "Hey, I was telling them," I said, "and you interrupted." "Now you know how it feels," says Susie. I stuck my tongue out at her. "Freddy, do not stick your tongue out at your sister. That's rude," said my dad. "Well, she was rude to me," I said. Here's Freddy sticking his tongue out at his sister, Susie. "If you two don't stop arguing, there will be no dessert," said my mom. "No dessert? But you got my favorite ice cream, mint chocolate chip, at the grocery store today and told me I could have some for dessert," I said. "And then will you stop fighting with your sister?" she said. "What about her? She needs to stop too." My mom looked at both of us. We glared at each other. "I guess I can put this ice cream back in the freezer," said my mom. I had been waiting all day for that ice cream. "No, wait," Susie and I said together. "We'll be good." "Promise?" said my mom. "Promise," we said. Mom scooped out the ice cream and passed a bowl to each of us. I stuck my head in my bowl to smell it. I love the fresh minty smell. When I lifted my head up, Susie started pointing and laughing at me. "What's so funny?" I said. You have ice cream on your nose." I looked carefully at the tip of my nose. Sure enough, it was green. I tried to lick it off with my tongue. "Freddy, what are you doing?" said my mom. "I'm trying to get the ice cream off the end of my nose," I said. "How about using a napkin instead of your tongue?" "But this is more fun," I said. "Your way is disgusting," said my mom. "But look, I almost got it all off," I said, sticking my tongue all the way out of my mouth and licking the end of my nose. Can any of you do that? Touch your nose with your tongue? "Freddy, please use a napkin." "Oh, all right," I said. I picked up my napkin and wiped the end of my nose. "Mom, do we have any chocolate syrup?" "Yes, it's on the bottom shelf of the fridge." I went over to the fridge and grabbed the bottle of chocolate syrup. I brought it back to the table and poured it over my ice cream. "Whoa, whoa, whoa," said my dad. "I think that's enough, Freddy." "You can never have enough chocolate," I said, smiling, and I stuck my finger in the chocolate syrup and rubbed it on my top lip. "Look, I have a chocolate mustache." Right up here. "Freddy," said my mom, "you have to stop playing with your food. You're not a baby anymore." "Sometimes I wonder about him," said Susie. "Go over to the sink and wash your face and hands right now, and don't touch anything on your way over." Here he is with his chocolate mustache. "It's just a little chocolate syrup," I said. "And a little chocolate syrup can make a big mess," my mom said. She's such a neat freak that she thinks everything is a big mess. I washed up and came back to the table to finish my dessert. "Here's a spoon," said my mom. "Use it or I'll have to start calling you Little Piggy." "So can we finish talking about the book fair?" said my dad. "Did you say that the person who reads the most minutes gets 5 free books?" "5 free books of your choice," said Susie. "Isn't that cool?" I said. "You get to pick them out yourself." "That is pretty cool," said my dad. "What a great contest," said my mom. "Of course, I like anything that gets you to read." "I think I'm gonna win," said Susie. "I love to read." "How about you, Freddy?" said my mom. "I really want those books, but I can't win," I said. "I'm not a very good reader." Yes, you are, said my dad. No, I'm not, and besides, Susie can read much faster than I can. So, said Dad, there's no way I can read that fast. Remember, said my mom, you're not counting how many books you read, you're counting the minutes. You don't need to read more books than Susie, you just need to read for more minutes than she does. I sat up in my chair and smiled. Hey, you're right, Mom. Why didn't I think of that? I gobbled down the rest of my ice cream and jumped out of my chair. Where are you going? Said my mom. Where do you think? I said. To read. No Commander Upchuck tonight? Said my dad. That's a TV show he likes to watch. Nope, I said. No time for TV. I've got to read, read, read. That's the end of chapter 2. Chapter 3 is called All Night Long. What do you think he's going to do all night long? He might try to read all night long. He needs more minutes than his sister to win the contest. I hope you enjoyed Kitty Cat Storytime with Ivy and me today. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.